Welcome everyone! I can't say I honestly have a title for this yet, but we're gonna break down the Austrian Grand Prix. The biggest thing at the start is that Kimi Antonelli cannot stick it. He goes off the track, I think 3 times in the first lap, and this honestly screws him for the rest of the race. He drops down places, he has to make them back. It really screws him over. Now, the biggest talking point of this race is that we almost got a battle between George Russell and Max Verstappen. We've never seen them fight each other for the lead of a race before, and it would have been incredible. If not for the fact that I think Red Bull made a really bad strategy call. Let's talk strategy. See, George pitted slightly before Max, and instead of pitting at the exact same time, Red Bull decided they wanted to push Max long. However, Max had kind of cooked his tires, which meant that he was losing over a second a lap to George, and instead of being like 1.5 seconds behind him when they came out of the pit stops, he was 10. And if this race was 5 laps longer, Max probably would have caught him and we would have seen some incredible fighting, but it wasn't, and so Max didn't quite get there in time. George's strategy to pit when he did was really well done, and he is incredible at just starting a race, taking control of it, and bringing it home. No fuss, no drama, just him on the top step. We did get to see some really incredible fighting between Max and Lewis, though. I mean, seeing 2 of the greatest ever in this sport duking it out is always incredible. Both of them definitely know how to push it to the edges of legality. Max going off the track a few times, Lewis maybe not, shoving Max off the track a few times. But that was some really fun overtaking. One of the other fun pieces of strategy that we saw was with the Ferraris. Now, honestly, the Ferraris probably should have qualified P4 and P5, and that was more typical of what their race pace was, but they stuck it up in P2 and P3. Throughout the race, though, they showed that they are not afraid of a 3-stopper. Lewis also did a 3-stopper in Barcelona. This is so fun because over the last couple of years in F1, you could get through just about every race doing 1 stop. And the variability of the strategy and the ability to do something crazy with your strategy was slim to none. I mean, over the last couple of seasons, the most recent time we saw someone do something really fun with strategy was Charles Leclerc in Monza, 2024. However, Lewis and Charles both did 3 stoppers, and they were the only drivers in the top 8 to put on a pair of softs at one point. Oscar Piastri and Isaac Hadjar both had underratedly really good races. Oscar a very quiet P4, Isaac a P6. While he lost that podium in Monaco, he is most definitely not succumbing to the second driver curse the way just about everyone else has. Here are my main takeaways from this race. Number 1, Mercedes, George Russell putting himself back in the fight. But Kimi still had really good pace, and when Kimi figures out his qualifying and his race starts, I still don't think George Russell is safe in making a true charge at this championship. Number 2, the upgrades that Red Bull brought are incredible, and I cannot wait to see what they do at Silverstone. If we can get Max back in a championship fight, yeah, this season might just be iconic because of that. The Ferrari's upgrades did not do anything that they wanted them to. Both drivers seemed to be struggling immensely, especially Charles Leclerc. Did not seem like he could get a handle on this car or ever felt comfortable throughout this race. Mercedes is still struggling a little bit, especially Kimi Antonelli's car. He was saying his brakes have basically split, which means one was hotter than the other, and he was really struggling with his braking throughout this race. The Cadillacs and the Aston Martins have not figured it out yet. Now, Aston Martin is waiting until we go to Spa, and they're basically bringing in their B-spec car, but Cadillac just cannot seem to put it together. It is most definitely their first season in F1, but I mean, both your drivers retiring after 7 laps, it's a rough weekend. The Racing Bulls also had really good weekends. Now, Liam Lawson's car was set on fire during the race, but we don't need to worry about that. Him and Arvid Lindblad had a great weekend. The Racing Bulls are an underratedly really fun team. The Alpines, our previous pretty much underrated team, did not have the best showing. Let's talk standings. Lewis, who was previously P2 in this championship, has dropped. He is now P3. Oscar Piastri has made his way to P4. George Russell has taken back P2. Kimi Antonelli really shouldn't worry, though. He is still 40 points ahead of George. Kimi, 171 points. George, 131. Russell is most certainly closing the gap, but Kimi Antonelli still has the reins on this championship. The only driver I would be worried about at this point is if Max Verstappen and Red Bull can start putting it together. That might be a serious charge for the title. Finally, let me give you a race rating. Now, let me tell you how I'm going to rate races. We're going to have 5 categories, 2 points each, total out of 10. The chaos, the quality of the racing overall, was there good strategy, that type of thing. Was there a lot of overtaking in this race? Was it entertaining? And did I personally enjoy it? Chaos, I'm going to give it a 1. Not too much happened. Liam set his car on fire. Happens to the best of us. Wasn't too much crashing, wasn't too many insane strategies. It's a 1 out of 2. Quality. I'm going to give it a 1.25. We saw some really great battling throughout this race. We saw a couple of fun strategies, but nothing insane. And overall, it was just a well done race by almost everyone involved. 1.25. Overtaking, much the same. The fighting between Lewis and Max really boosted this up, and it totally could have been a 2 if we would have seen some fighting going on between George and Max. 1.25. Entertaining, I'm putting this at a 1.5. Overall, this was a super fun race. Is it an all-timer? Probably not. But was it a really great way to spend my Sunday morning? Yeah. Did I enjoy it? I'm giving it a 1.25. Only because I'm a major Max fan, I'm a major Kimi fan. I would have loved to see the two of them on the top 2 steps of the podium and Kimi extending his lead in this championship. But overall, really a weekend I can't complain about, and to see my favorite driver finally back on the podium, finally competing for a win, that is a weekend I will take. Overall, 6.25 out of 10. Let me know, what is your race rating?